Hi, this is Ryan, and this is my recording for my Lab 1 assignment. As you can see here, I've installed the Ubuntu VMware virtual machine on my device, and I've set up the folder structure as indicated in the assignment. So I'll go back to my desktop, and you can see there's this folder that I've created with my name and my student ID. Um, Inside it, you can see the two folders that were required to create, which is data and scripts. And then within scripts, you'll see a few of the files I've created. Data filter was required by, I believe, part two of the assignment. And you can also see webscraper.py as well as task1.py. And I'll demonstrate that for you right now. As you can see, task one is a very simple script that says, hello, Ryan, which is my name. And then we can also look at webscraper.py, which is the first part of the web scraping task. I can just print out the very kind of simple script that's here. I know the assignment asks us to use requests and beautiful soup for this task, but during my testing phase, I noticed that a lot of the content that's in the CNBC link is JavaScript generated, so the requests library is unable to retrieve a lot of the content that we need. So for that reason, I was using Selenium as just an external library to help retrieve and scrape the web data. But I've also written a test.py file, as you can see here, that is just using the basic request library as required for the specific assignment. But this version was not able to work, so that's why I used webscraper.py, which uses Selenium as an external library. Data filtering.py, you can see is a longer script that uses beautiful soup and pandas to parse the specific HTML file that I saved using the first part of the task. The first half of the file is dedicated to scraping specific HTML tags from the market section, and then the second half is for the most recent and news data that's on that CNBC website. And then finally, I'll show you the data section. As you can see, there are two folders here. The raw data includes that web data HTML file. I can kind of look at the first kind of 10 lines of this file, which are very long, but as you can see, it looks like that. And then if we move on to the process data file, process data folder, excuse me, you'll see there's the market data, the CSV, which looks like the following. As required by the assignment, the ticker, the stock position, and the change percentage. And then here is the news data file. This is a bit longer. It's not as clean to display, but as you can see, there's the timestamp, the title, and then the overall link for that specific web page. And yeah, this is my assignment. And as you can see, it's all running within Ubuntu on that virtual machine, which I was able to set up and read the documentation for. Thanks.